Create your life.
Now, let's think carefully. Let's think very carefully because it will manifest. If I say, मुझे तो बहुत गुस्सा आता है, I'm a very angry person, so it will be. If I say, मेरे बच्चे मेरा कहना नहीं मानते, my children don't respect me, they don't listen to me, so it will be. So संकल्प से सिद्धि है. It's a science and it is spirituality. That the vibration I create, I radiate, and that is what will manifest. So if we just take this one line, sankalp se siddhi, life becomes magic. Magic. Now create a thought, watch it it's like the seed, the thought is the seed. So sow the right seed. Don't complain after you see the fruit on the tree. That fruit on the tree is only a result of the sankalp which we had sown over there.
You used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
Right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. But then, just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself.
Hi, Dr. Joe Vitale here. I put on my dark sunglasses when I need to get in your face, and I don't want to scare you too bad with my intense eyes. But here's the reality. If you're trying to attract something in your life, you need to focus on your emotion. You cannot create or attract without emotion. The problem is most people are focused on what they hate or what they fear. They do this unconsciously, but as a result, they find more to hate and more to fear. And it keeps accumulating. So what should you do instead? Focus on what you love. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you're passionate about. Start imagining that you can have, do, or be whatever it is that you were longing for, but pretend you already have it and do it with feeling. Do it with emotion. Do it with love. Do it with passion. Do it with appreciation, and you will accelerate the process of having it. You can do this. Expect miracles.
I'll listen to like a song that I did last year, and I'll be like, I'm in New York in a Rolls Royce, and then it'll be like 2 years later, I still haven't put the song out, but I'm really in a Rolls Royce in New York. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm big on like speaking shit to existence. So I had to learn like not to say stuff like, if I go to prison, I'ma still be, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn how to back away from that type of stuff and gang banging because I feel like I really speak a lot of stuff to exist. I speak so much stuff to exist, and sometimes I forget. Sometimes it be in my old music. I be like, what the fuck? I really would like. Next year I'm gonna have rings on every finger, and next year I really got rings on every finger. But I done forgot. But yeah, I'm big on that. It affects my life so much.
If you're not defined by a vision of the future, you're left with the memories of the past. And people literally believe in their past more than they believe in their future. That's why they talk about their past more than they talk about their future. People romance their past and more in love with their past than they are in love with the future. And people who actually create amazing things in their life just were more in love with their future, and they kept it alive in their mind. They're tending to that future every single day, and the delight that comes with it, and the excitement that comes with it, and the emotions that come with it cause them to literally change their brain and body over time to begin to look like the future has already happened. Now think about that. If there's evidence in your brain and body by thought alone, evidence that looks like you've already experienced your future, what does that mean? It's already happened, so relax, because it's going to find you, and it's going to come in a way that you least expect. That's the beauty.
You know what I mean? You're going to lay in the bed you make. You're not going to get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You know what I mean? You might beat the camera or the police. They might not catch you for what you're doing, but the energy is always going to return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity, and that's the only energy you putting out, it's gonna return to you in different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, you know, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, you know, and unless that's what you want, you know, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. You know what I mean? As best you can. Adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say. And then, lastly, what you do. And that's not an easy thing to do because it's such a pressure in these areas to just go by the way things are.
And one thing that I've actually learned from coaches, mentors, and all the guests that we've had on our podcast is that most of them are very self-aware, and they do their best to control what it is that they think about, because they understand that our thoughts are like magnets, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. You're going to attract what you think about the most, and you're going to get more of that in your life, whatever it is you're thinking about. So if you're constantly worrying or you're stressed that you think you're not good enough, more of that kind of thing is going to show up in your life on a daily basis to prove that you're right. So if you're not careful, right, those disempowering thoughts can take hold of you and control your life. They can keep you stuck. Most people that I know, and I think most people in general, they actually live their life in a loop or a pattern, and all too often those patterns are usually controlled by fear, doubt, insecurity, and indecision. Those thoughts and patterns, they just don't serve us.
You used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night.
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
You know, right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, you know, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. But then, just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber.